Hi, this is Evan from GoodBuy Comics. Today we're going to be doing part 2 of a modern book submission that just came back. It was submitted November 16th, unboxed from CGC December 1st, and entered into their system and returned 6 days later, which is fantastic. These are all modern books. I have a nice Silver Age and Golden Age collection coming back as well. But basically what I do is I write down and take photos. I write down the grades of what I think the books are going to be that I'm submitting, and that way I get better at my accuracy and see how I can improve, see if there was any wonkers in there that I just missed, or CGC messed something up, or it got damaged in shipping. And it's just helpful and fun to do. So this is 20 books. So this is part 2. The last we just did 25 books. This is, let me just find the first book here. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. So the first one was a bit of a disappointment. I thought this was going to come back a 9.6 to 9.8. Otherwise, I wouldn't have submitted it. It's a really cool variant. This is 68. Now, this is the Jimi Hendrix Dead Zombie variant. This also has been optioned for a cartoon, I believe. It's about soldiers, obviously in Nam or something like that. So I never read it, but it's a cool looking cover though, beautiful. I thought this was coming back in 9.6 to 9.8. It came back in 8.0. That's a real disappointment. I don't really know where the value of this book would have been. At least probably $100 to $250. It's probably in the $50 to $75 range now, being an 8.0. The notes on this say light finger bends on cover, light spine stress lines to cover, light staining to cover. I had one other book in the last order that said light staining to cover. I'm not sure what they're referencing, quite honestly, but I hope it's not something that happened while I was pressing it. It looks beautiful. There's a lot going on in this book, so I don't know if they're seeing something that is in the background or something like that. It's quite possible. It's happened before. Maybe they think that some of the gloss was removed. I can't imagine how. I do see one small tiny spine tick, so possibly that's what they're referencing, but that's a disappointment. Can't win them all. There's definitely some wins in this order here, but that wasn't one of them. Okay, second book here. This is an Adam Hughes cover. I thought this was going to come back in 9.6 to 9.8. This is Power Girl. Beautiful, really sexy book. There's also a sketch variant of this, which I have also, but I only sent this one in. Came back in 9.6. I think this is going to be easy sell. Beautiful, sexy Power Girl. Adam Hughes. Both of that are wins. And that's probably worth, where am I here? All these are out of order, of course. So, I don't know, it's probably $100 or something. Okay. Next book. Now these two they go together. These are the hip-hop variants for Silver Surfer. There's two of these that go together. There's one for the adults, and there's one for the Silver Surfer child. And one came back a 9.6, and one came back, and not, they go this way, came back a 9.8. That really sucks because it would look amazing if they were matching together. They still look really cool, but, you know, it would be great if they were. This is hip-hop variant. This is from, this is the Drake's homage to Nothing Was the Same album cover. I don't know if Drake had two like that. I'm not really sure. Okay. So the 9.8 is probably around $300. The 9.6 is probably around 100. Amazing Spider-Man 293. This is part 6 of Craven's. Sorry, this is part 2. Craven's Last Hunt. ASM 293. This is a big book. Nice one to invest in with Craven coming to the MCU. And what do we got here? 293. And 9.6. I thought this was 9.6 to 9.8. It came back at 9.6. It's worth about $100. Raw, you can get probably $40 to $50. That might be pushing it. So I'll make a little bit of money on that. This is a great one. I love this. This is the Spider-Man Deadpool variant, kind of like the movie where Spider-Man's kissing Mary Jane and he's hanging upside down. This is a Dale Keown and Sam Keefe cover. and there's a preview for Vision 1 in it. It's the GameStop variant, so there's only 3,000 of them made. There's also a black and white version of this. I have a 9.8. I know that's worth about $500, $450, $500. This came back a 9.6, so now I have a 9.6 and a 9.8. It's probably worth $150 or so. Okay, this is another variant. This is a cool one. This is Wolverine Origins number 2. I believe that this was the 1 in 100 Canadian version. So there's a version exactly like this where he has an American flag on his face. This is the Canadian version. All I got to do is just find a Canadian who loves Wolverine, and this is sold. I thought this was going to be a 9.6 to a 9.8. It ended up coming back a 9.6. So that's worth around $100. Wolverine's always easy to sell, especially if it's a really cool cover. This is Joe Madureira. This is Battle Chasers. Battle Chasers has a little cult following. It's a good read. A lot of people became familiar with Joe Madureira from X-Men. This is the first appearance of Gully, Red Monica, etc. This is the second printing. It's not the sexiest cover in the world, but there's not a lot of them. It's a second printing. This came back I probably figured it was a 9.6 to a 9.8, and it ended up coming back a 9.6. Again, it's probably in the $100 range like that. You know, some of these, when you hit a 9.8, it ends up going $400 or $500. So, okay, this one is a little bit of a disappointment. This is Uncanny X-Men 134. I believe this is the first Hellfire Club. I thought this was going to be in the high 9s. It ended up coming back a 7. Now, the grader's notes on this say, thank God there's grader notes when it's like that. Light creasing to cover, light spine stress to cover, very light wear to cover. I'm not really, I see it. That definitely was not there. That happened when either in transit or when they were unboxing it. So it's hard to see through the camera. You could kind of see it right there. I'm going to probably have to crack this and resubmit it. You know, it's a 7 is probably less than $100. A 9.4, 9.6 could be like $300. So that's probably worth it. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 1, 4th printing. This is a wraparound cover. A lot of these later prints, the first prints and the second and the third prints are all large format. 4th and 5th are all comic book size. They're full color on the outsides. It's got a cool shredder there. I think I have a 5th printing as well. These are good investments. The prices on these really dropped. There's a humongous fan base for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And they're affordable. Really cool. I mean, they still made a lot of them, but in comparison to some of the modern comics, there's not a ton of them out there, and demand is going to outpace the supply. So I had this at a 9.2 to 9.4, came back a 9.2. It's probably in the $125 range. I think I just sold a 9.6 for $175 or $200, but honestly, it was like 3 to 6 months ago that was a $300 book. Let's see if I can grab the 5th printing here. Where'd that go? Here's the 5th printing of that as well. This is a really cool, this is reprinting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1. It's got this really poppy red cover here. Not as cool as the other one. I don't know about the print runs on this, but I imagine that it's similar to 4th print. And again, I thought this was going to come back as a, where are we? Oh, you know, I actually did well on this. I thought this was coming back at 8 to an 8.5, and it came back at 9.2. So I'm happy with that. This one actually might be rarer than the other one. This is up in the $150 to $175 range. I'll do one more Turtles here. This is Turtles number 4, 2nd printing. Beautiful looking cover. I believe this has something to do with the video game maybe they used for this. They swiped. And I thought this was going to come back. This is a Turtles 2nd print, 9.2 to 9.4. It ended up getting an 8.0. It is white pages. I'm not sure what I didn't see here, but Let me see if there's any notes on here. Graders notes, number 4. So they said light creasing to cover, light spine stress lines to cover. Light creasing to cover. I mean, if there's anything, it is super duper duper light. I'm not seeing it right away. I'll have to look a little bit closer. I can still sell it very easily at an 8.0, but it's a disappointment because there's probably a big price gap between an 8 and a 9.2. We have Wolverine number 1. This is Wolverine Origins number 1. This is the Wizard World Philadelphia variant. It's from 2006. It's a 9.6 sketch variant, really cool, easy to sell. It came back in 9.6. I was hoping for a 9.8. Next one we have is, this is a nice key issue here. This is Secret War Book 2. This is the First Quake from Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Quake is going to be coming to the MCU, I believe, and as the same character, same actress. This I thought was going to be a 9.4 to 9.6, and it came back in 9.8. So this is a nice bump. I thought I was getting back, a $100 book, and I got back a $300 book. There's also, these are Gabriel Delato's artwork. They're beautiful. There's 5 of these. They all look fantastic together. There's sketch variants of them as well. There's about 5 or 6 books left, guys. Here's I'm not disappointed. Well, I am sort of disappointed. I wouldn't have submitted this otherwise. This is Marvel Team Up number 34. It's an early Valkyrie appearance. I thought this was a 9.4 to 9.8. I mean, it was just so high grade. It looked beautiful and wonderful, and it ended up getting an 8.5. I can still sell it, but there's a big difference between. I just would not have sent it in otherwise. Let me see if there's greater notes on this. There was light creasing to cover, light spine stress lines to cover. Again, I would not have submitted it. Light spine stress lines. Now I see 2 of them. I'm not sure they were there when I submitted it. It's hard, man. I mean, you're submitting 40, 50, 60 books at a time, and they're unboxing them, and they're just going through, trying to get them entered into the system. Things happen. Here's, how many more Battle Chasers do I have? 3 more Battle Chasers. I submitted a bunch of Battle Chasers. It is sort of a cult thing, but they have really cool covers, and if you find the right person, you can sell them all. So this is Battle Chasers. This is the Prelude, No Number, Another Universe, Gold Edition. It's got that gold logo up there. This came back a 9.4. I'm happy enough with that. Where did I have that at? 9.4. I had this as a 9.6 to a 9.8. No, sorry. I had this at a... I'm having trouble finding it. It's probably, in a 9.4, it's probably a $200 book. Battle Chasers, number 3, Sex Sells. Nice book, 9.4. I was probably hoping for a 9.6 to 9.8. So these are maybe ones that I'll start at $1 in auction and see where they go. Here's another one that's just a crazy one. The proportions on this are all wrong on everything, but it's a book that people like, so whatever. This is Battle Chasers number 1. This is the Another Universe edition, and it's a 9.8, and I believe this is like $300 to $400. So that's a win right there. I'm sure I thought it was a 9.6 to a 9.8. Last 2 books. Okay, we have Moon Knight number 1. Moon Knight number 1 I thought was a 9.6 to 9.8. Another disappointment here. It got a 9.2. This book really spiked. There's a lot of them out there. It's still worth a decent amount of money, $150 or so. Shouldn't be terribly hard to sell. There is going to be a Moon Knight season 2, so I'll sell closer to that, or maybe I'll just get rid of it. I don't know. There's a million of them out there, but I probably paid $15, $20 for the book. And then this last one is another one for my PC. This is Creed. This is Trent Kanuga. he's got this sort of like graffiti-esque artwork. This is one that I had as a kid. I loved it. It's going to go in my 90s independent books. It's just beautiful. He was doing artwork with like Ethan Van Sciver and a whole bunch of the other OG guys from the 90s, and it just resonates with me. I got a 9.0. I didn't really care what I got out of it. I just thought it was really cool. I think I thought I was going to get a 9.2 to 9.4, and it's probably worth $100, but it's going up on the wall. So please give the channel a follow. I'm going to have plenty more videos coming up. I appreciate you following me, and I hope you're enjoying the videos. I recently sent out a submission of 50 books that were Golden Age and Silver Age that should be coming back in the next couple weeks. So we can see where we ended up from that video to them and me doing an unboxing and see if we hit any home runs. I'm on Whatnot quite often, GoodBuy_Comics. The website is www.goodbuycomics.com, and Instagram as well, GoodBuy_Comics. Thanks very much, guys, and we'll see you soon.